العالمين صلى الله وسلم على محمد وآله وصحبه وسلم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. My dear respected brothers and sisters, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant you all beneficial knowledge and righteous action. And may Allah accept your qiyam and your siyam. May Allah make it sincerely for His sake. We are still studying the work of Shaykh al-Allama Muhammad ibn Salih ibn Uthaymeen rahimahullah ta'ala, and we are in the chapter of zakat. And I would like to repeat what we have gone through due to the dire necessity of this subject, because a lot of people, they want to give zakat, but they don't know who to give zakat to. And some of the people, when they pay al-fidya, for example, those who cannot fast because of old age or because of a chronic sickness, or the breastfeeding women or the pregnant women who could not fast, and they pay al-fidya, some of them, they will take the food to the masjid. And this is incorrect practice, because the people that come to the masjid, they are not poor and needy. They have jobs and they have homes where they can go and eat. So the food should go to those who are needy and poor. Those who are needy and poor, not to anyone else. Likewise, the zakat. Zakat should go to those who deserve it. So we make sure that we investigate. Because some people, they are opportunists and they try to take advantage. So we have to make sure that these people, they are entitled to the zakat before we give it to them. Shaykh ibn Uthaymeen rahimahullah ta'ala, he said those who are entitled to receive the zakat, those who are entitled to receive the zakat. The Shaykh, he said, rahimahullah ta'ala, the people entitled to zakat are those places we can direct our zakat to. Allah took charge of explaining for Himself what these places are. So He said, subhanahu wa ta'ala, إنما الصدقات للفقراء والمساكين والعاملين عليها والمؤلفة قلوبهم وفي الرقاب والغارمين وفي سبيل الله وابن السبيل فريضة من الله والله عليم حكيم. This is the ayah from Surah At-Tawbah, ayah 60. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, the meaning of which, charity means zakat here, means zakat is only for the poor, the needy, those employed to collect the zakat, those whose hearts will be inclined towards Islam by giving them zakat. For slaves, means freeing the slaves, for those in debt, for jihad in the cause of Allah, and for the wayfarer i.e. destitute traveler, the one who runs out of provision. It is an obligation imposed by Allah, and Allah is the all-knower, the all-wise. The all-knower, the all-wise. Surah At-Tawbah, Ayah 60. The Shaykh said, Al-Fuqara, the poor. He said they are those who are not able to support themselves for sufficient means, except for very little. Except for very little. For very little. Now, the Shaykh said, which is less than half a year. Less than half a year. So if a person cannot find that which will support him and his family for at least half a year, he is considered faqir, and he should be given what will suffice him and his family for a year. So that person will be considered faqir. Now you know the terminologies and you know the understanding of the word faqir, what it means. Number 2, the needy, al-miskin. Al-miskin, or the plural, masakin. Masakin. They are those who are able to support themselves with sufficient means for half of the year or more, but not enough for the entire year. So they are a little bit better off than al-fuqara. Better off, a little bit better off than al-faqir. Better off than al-faqir. The Shaykh said, so they should receive support that will complete the year for them. If a person does not have any cash on him, but yet has some other sources of income, such as profession, a salary or investment profit that will support him financially, he should not be given zakat. He should not be given zakat. This is based on the Prophet's statement. There is no share in it, i.e. the zakat, for a wealthy person or for a strong, able-bodied person who can earn a living. Because someone who is wealthy, he has jewelry, he has investment here and there. This person, he can suffice himself. He's not a faqir, he's not a miskin. He does not fall under those two categories. And the able-bodied person, he is able to go get a job. Then why should we give him zakat? If we give him zakat, we're just going to make him lazy, and lazier more. And he's going to be dependent upon the people to give him. And the upper hand is better than the lower hand, as the Prophet ﷺ said. اليد العليا خير من اليد السفلى. The upper hand is better than the lower hand. So the one who gives, it's not like the one who takes. There are some people like that, subhanAllah, they are opportunists. They just want to take, but they don't want to give. نعوذ بالله من ذلك. Number 3, those employed to collect the zakat. Those who are employed to collect the zakat. The Shaykh said they are the ones put in charge by the ruler of a country to collect the zakat from those who owe it, distribute it to those who are entitled to it, guard the funds, and all other type of duties involved with the supervision of zakat. So they should be given a portion of the zakat in accordance with the work they put in, even if they may already be wealthy. Because this is a noble job, to be collecting the zakat from those who are entitled to collect the zakat from the people and distribute it to those who are entitled. This is a great job. This is a noble job. Number 4, those whose hearts will be inclined. This refers to tribal and clan leaders who do not have strong faith. They should be given zakat so as to strengthen their faith, which will make them callers to Islam and good role models. But, okay, so this is very important because the ruler is very important. So when you have a ruler who is weak in his iman and the like, a leader of a tribe or something like that, and you give him zakat to strengthen him, he becomes stronger. This is good. There's a lot of khair in that because its benefit is going to extend to his people as well. He's going to extend to his people. The Shaykh, he said, but what if a person is weak in his Islam and is not from the leaders? He doesn't have any influence. He is not from the leaders who are followed and obeyed, but rather from the common folk. Should he be given some zakat in order to strengthen his faith? Some scholars hold that it should be given to him since benefiting one's religion is better than benefiting one's body. Is better than benefiting one's body. Look at the example of a poor person. He is given zakat in order to nourish his body. So nourishing someone's heart with faith is greater and of more benefit. However, some scholars hold that he should not be given the zakat since the benefit of strengthening his faith is a personal benefit that is specific to him alone. And this sounds to be better. This sounds to be stronger opinion. Because this person, he doesn't have influence on his people. Unlike the leader has influence. He has followers. Right. Number 5, slaves. What falls under this is buying a slave using zakat funds in order to free them. To free the slaves, as well as assisting in the liberation of Muslim war captives. Like if the Muslim had a war and then there were some Muslim who were captured by the non-believers, so they were captive. So the zakat can go to these individuals, those Muslims who are captive, to set them free. You give zakat for their freedom so that they can be liberated, so they can be free, inshallah. Number 6, those in debt. Those in debt. And they are the ones who owe debts. This is on the condition that they do not possess that which will enable them to remove their debts. Means if they have a job and they can pay off their debts, you don't give them the zakat. You don't give them the zakat. This is only for someone who finds it hard. He doesn't have anything. And he finds himself in a quandary, in a very tight situation, in a very tight financial situation. For him, yes, we can give the zakat. So these people should be given enough zakat that will relieve them of their debts, whether it is a small or a large amount, whether it is a small or large amount. Now, the Sheikh said, even if they may be wealthy due to their livelihood, so in the case where there is a man who has some income that is enough for the livelihood of himself and his family, but he has some debt that he cannot repay, he may be given zakat, he may be given sufficient zakat that will remove his debt from him. However, it is not permissible for a person who is owed money by a poor person to cancel that person's debt, intending to give his share of zakat by that. To give his share of zakat by that. The scholars have differed regarding the case where the one in debt is someone's father or son. Someone's father or son. Can he be given zakat in order to remove his debt? The correct opinion is that it is permissible. It is permissible for a person who owes zakat to go to the creditor, person owed the debt, and pay him back the loan of the indebted without the latter being aware of it. This is on the condition that the person owing zakat knows that the indebted one is unable to repay his zakat. The Shaykh said, number 7, in the cause of Allah. In the cause of Allah. This refers to jihad in the cause of Allah. So those who fight in jihad should be given a portion of the zakat that will suffice them for jihad and enable them to buy the necessary tools for jihad in the cause of Allah. What also falls under the cause of Allah, fi sabilillah, is religious knowledge. So like, for example, student of knowledge. Student of knowledge, you can give them zakat. You can give them zakat. So a student of knowledge, Islamic knowledge, should be given that which will enable him to seek knowledge, such as books and so on. This is unless he already has money of his own that will enable him to achieve that. So if he doesn't have the money and he doesn't have, so you can give him your zakat. You can give him your zakat. Number 8, the wayfarer. The wayfarer. Ibn as-Sabil. Ibn as-Sabil, the wayfarer. This refers to a traveler that has been cut off from his journey. So he